Hello, my fellow board gamers, and today I bring you an overview of Hab Gut. You can see the designer just at the top there, and it's brought to us by these guys at the bottom. Now, this one plays 3 to 5, takes roughly 45 to 60 minutes, and it's that light complexity game. Now, in this game, we are barons heading to the stock market, trying to make shrewd investments based on the limited information we know, and there's a slight twist in this game. We'll be having to donate shares to charity throughout the 4 turns in one round, and there is 2 rounds, and at the end of those 2 rounds, or the end of each round, you'll be selling those shares at the current market value, and that money will go to charity here and kept separate from your own money. And then again, the end of round 2, the shares you've donated, and maybe you have, maybe you haven't during those 4 turns, you will sell them, and whoever has donated the fewest number of bucks to charity will be eliminated at the end of the game, so you won't even have a chance of winning. And in this 4-player setup here, the 3 players remaining will sell any remaining shares, and they will add up all their money, and whoever has the most money will be the winner. So what have we got? We've got this stock market board here of these sort of 6 commodities, and they're all a host of things like grain and salt and what have you, but basically the 6 different colours, and they're represented on the board of these icons starting at 40. You can go all the way from a value of 0, you can't go below it though, all the way up to 250 hopefully, and you can't go beyond that as well. Now, when you buy and sell shares, it doesn't actually influence the stock market price. It is these cards on the side, which I'll explain shortly. Now, each player has one of these boards here, which is where you donate to charity, and as I've already said, you keep your separate money on the side, and you have 300 bucks to start and no shares. We've got this lovely little top hat for the start player. Now, the start player will go into the stock phase. You can either buy or sell up to 3 shares. So let's just say, or pass. So let's just say we bought 2 red and 1 yellow. You can do any order you want. So we take those shares from here, keep them in front of us. So let's just go over yellow and 2 reds, make a right mess of that. Now these will be secret. You put them face down. You pay your relevant money to the bank. Now at this point in time, you have a choice. Are you going to donate one of these to charity here? So let's just say we put a yellow down, face down. No one knows what we've put, and these are secret. That is our stock phase done for us. Clockwise then, this player does the same. They decide maybe, right, I'm going to buy 3 whites. They have some key information. These guys do the same. They say, right, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to pass. And these guys here are like, okay, I'm going to buy as well, and I'm going to buy 3 reds. Now, how are you making these decisions as to what to buy and sell? So if I just come out slightly, you can see there's these 4 boards here, and all the cards, there's 8 cards, and these are called stock manipulators. Now, sitting here, I have information to the left and information to the right, and equally this player here has the same information left and right, and that is the same for everyone. Now, myself, I'm looking at these cards on the left, and I'm thinking, right, they all match the colours of the stocks. You got your black, yellow, white, red, and brown, but they all have numbers on the top, and this is going to manipulate the share price, and there's negatives and positives. So I'm looking here and I'm thinking, okay, brown is a bit mixed. There's a plus and a minus. There's a minus on the red. I've got a lot of minuses here. So maybe, even though it seems like, okay, what can I do? I could have decided not to buy any shares this particular turn and save my money. And now, during this stock manipulation phase, I could pick one of these minuses and drop the price of yellow, which is the grain, so I can buy it cheap on the next turn. And looking at the information on the other side of my board, you can see I've got some greens that are positive, bit of a mixture on the red, and I've got those blacks as well. But unfortunately, even though I might reduce the price to buy it, I haven't really got any strength to be increasing the value. So an interesting play there. I'd probably be buying greens because there's 2 pluses there, and hoping I can influence and drop the price for everyone else. So that is what your decision is based on, what these cards you have in play, and only you and the people to the side of you can see. So based on the information, I probably would have bought green. And after that stock phase, this is the stock manipulation. So I have to pick 1 card from here to my left and 1 card from my right. But interestingly, the first card you take, so let's call it the primary card, will be played at the full value on it. The second card you take will be half the value played. And you're going to have to get through all these cards during the end of the 4 turns. 4 turns, 2 cards each time, that's 8 cards. So let's just say I went for my first option of +6 on green. So I show everyone this, I just put it face down somewhere, and then I manipulate the price of green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I then have to pick a secondary card from this one, and let's just say I want to influence the yellow. Now this is going to be half the strength because it's my second card. So I show everyone that is actually going to be -3. Put that face down somewhere. So 1, 2, 3 on yellows, and that may be an opportunity for me to buy them on the next turn. This next player goes, and I'll just do one more for demonstration. So they're thinking, right, I'm going to bomb red because I want to bargain next time. So -6. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's right. And I know for here, oh, I get sneaky information at these. They got a +6 as well. Maybe -6 on green. They weren't happy with what I did prior to that. So this is going to be half the strength. So -3 on green. Where are we? 1, 2, 3. And that keeps on going. So this player at the top will do the same, then them. And then it's come full circle back to me. That is the end of one turn. You pass the player marker to your left to this player, and you do exactly the same again. Stock phase. Are they going to buy up to 3 shares in different colours or the same colour? Or are they going to sell those shares? Or are they going to pass? And you can see the prices. Red's really cheap, but do they have insider information that might suggest it may go up? So everyone does that again. And remember, when you have either bought, sold or passed, you can have that option to donate one to charity. And let's just say it comes all the way around. We've donated this. And you then go to the stock manipulation phase. So we would be picking, well, these guys are a starting player, would go first. They pick one to the left, one to the right, and remember that primary and secondary. And eventually, after 4 turns, there should be 0 cards left if you've played right in these wooden bays here, and you will turn over the shares you've donated to charity, figure out the values based on their current locations on the board, and that money comes from the bank and gets stored up here. So let's just randomly say we've dealt all that. Now it doesn't matter how much you've donated after the first round, but you have an indicator as to how much everyone has donated. You then shuffle all these cards again that are in the discard pile along with the pile that you had on the side, because there's quite a few spare as well. Reshuffle 8 to each of these stands, and then you do exactly the same as round 1 for round 2. But at the end of round 2, you do exactly the same with the shares. You sell them and you raise the money. But as I said early on, whoever has donated the least amount of money is eliminated. Doesn't matter how much money you've invested here. And then from the remaining players, they sell any shares they've got in their hand at the current market value, add up all that money and existing money, and whoever has the most money is the winner. What a fascinating game this. I love that catch where you're having to think about how much people are donating, what type of shares, because it might be the case that you've donated 3 shares and they're all really low value, whereas this player up here has only donated 1, and you're kind of trying to remember what they may have donated. You have no idea. But if they've donated, say, 1 black and it's all the way up here, that share is going to be selling for what, 200, whereas we've sold 3 shares for like 40s and 25s, and they're still donating more of just the 1 share. And those 3 shares which they haven't donated, they've been able to sell, raise more money to then buy more, so the engine builds. And there we are, folks. That is Hab Gut. It's a bit of an older game, this 2008. If you can find a copy, good luck to you. Enjoy.